Rivers State High Court has adjourned to October 8, 2025 for accelerated hearing on a suit challenging the legitimacy of the August 30 local government elections. The case was filed by candidates of the Emeka Beke-led APC faction against those produced by the Tony Okocha-led camp, with the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission also listed as a respondent. The plaintiffs are asking the court to declare them the authentic winners of the elections, citing an earlier judgment that recognized Beke as the legitimate APC chairman in Rivers State. They also seek to nullify the primaries conducted by the Okocha-led faction, whose candidates were declared winners across 20 local government areas. Justice Stephen Jumbo adjourned the matter after RISEC's counsel was absent in court. The suit comes amid lingering disputes within the APC despite a 2024 ruling that dismissed Okocha's caretaker committee and reinstated Beke-led executive as lawful leadership of the party. Nze, what do you make of this story?
You know that when I heard about this suit, I laughed because that is one of the dramas that we expected to happen after the August 30 local government election in Rivers State. So we know that definitely there's no how the faction of APC faction led by Emeka Beke will fold their hands and watch the APC faction being led by Tony Okocha. You know, at a point, we started referring to Emeka Beke faction. We took Okocha to be the authentic APC chairman in Rivers State. You know, being that the national body, the national executive recognized Okocha as against Emeka Beke, and that was an issue until Darlington Woodrow began to explain matters, you know, after the election. And you see that within that period, the Emeka Beke faction approached RISEC, demanding recognition. They also approached the National, demanding recognition. National didn't give it to them. RISEC didn't give it to them. And now, to the surprise of everybody, APC swept about 20 local governments. If you are the one, what will you do? You felt it was a little cash out, but now it has become a voluminous one. So I expect that they will actually go for a fight.
One would wonder the merits of the suits. First of all, they are asking that they should be declared winners.
Yeah.
Emeka Beke's faction, who did not contest, is asking the court to declare them winners of the election and then disqualify the candidacy of the Tony Okocha's led APC that were declared winners of the election by RISEC. It makes sense to me. Now, they are not recognized by the national, and as it stands, RISEC also did not recognize their faction. They did not contest the elections. They were not voted for. I hope I'm
getting your questions.
They were not voted for, and somehow they are in court challenging the outcome of the elections by the Tony Okocha-led APC in Rivers State and asking court to sack the local government chairman that emerged through Tony Okocha's leadership and declare his candidates that were not recognized by the national and RISEC, and also the candidates who did not campaign. Did they campaign? Did they campaign? And who did not contest elections on that day, winners? How does it make sense, please?
You know, I see this as being judicial exercise, which every citizen of Nigeria is entitled to. And initially, they stood by the fact that they were the authentic leadership known by law or known to law, being that court had given them judgment. But you see, in Nigeria, court will always rule that this kind of matter is subject to the political party that is concerned, that it is internal affair of the political party. It is the right of the political party to, accept or in fact agree with whichever faction they want to agree, since there is an issue now between the two factions. And the APC National has said Tony Okacha is the one we know. So we see Emeka Bekele.
It's also quite important to also note that prior to the judgment of courts that declared Emeka Bekele the chairman of APC in Rivers State, it's very important to note that in the Emeka Bekele-led faction, the then Emeka Bekele-led APC, the APC State Executive Council had, passed a vote of no confidence on Emeka Bekele and suspended him. It's very important to note that there was a constitutional proceedings that followed to remove Emeka Bekele.
That ousted Emeka before the court litigation.
And that matter went to courts. And court upheld the decision of the State Executive Council of APC in Rivers State. And court upheld the removal of Emeka Bekele. So now, there has already been a matter in court over Emeka Bekele's chairmanship. And Emeka Bekele lost that matter. Now, bringing up the same matter before a sister court, not an appeal court, but before a sister court, and the sister court is coming up with a judgment negating the earlier judgment of, a court of concurrent jurisdiction. One would wonder.
That is why I told you that this thing is just a judicial exercise, and to a large extent, it may not hold water at the end of the day. To a large extent. Sorry to sound this way to the group of Emeka Bekele, but let them exhaust their rights. Yes, let them exhaust their rights. The Justice Stephen Jumbo had adjourned the case to October 8th. After October 8th, we'll hear the next. We are the spectators here now. Yeah, we are the spectators. And it is happening in the APC family. And every right-thinking person will believe that the plea of Emeka Bekele-led faction is like asking the dead to come and give you witness, because you conducted your primary, which RISEC is denying that they did not monitor.
They said they did not observe it.
They did not observe that. And that of the primaries of Tony Okacha led faction, they observed. So which one will they hold authentic now? When you were asking for recognition, RISEC didn't give it. Okacha asked and RISEC gave them. And they contested. They've had their campaign. We saw them all. Their campaign was massive. Good to that. And at the end of the day, you are now asking that there should be replacement. Something happened in a case between Rotimi Amaechi and Celestine Omeha, where Amaechi did not contest the election, though he contested primary, but did not contest the election. So that might be something they are looking at. But in this case, you didn't contest the primary. So I would have suggested that what the Emeka Bekele-led faction should be doing now is run to the national.
The same national that called them impostors?
Yes. You go. This is a family.
All right.
This is a family. No matter how grievous offense might be, once you come to the table of the family, they know how to solve it. So go back to the national. Seeing that you've lost completely in the state, go back to the national, seek reconciliation. And when reconciliation, yes, you may not really appear as the head anymore, but since your political party is now
do you start seeking reconciliation from the national, or charity begins at home?
No.
See,
this is a political matter.
All right.
When you go to the national and you have a nod from the national executive or national working committee, you have a nod from them, you can come back to your word and collapse whatever. You know, one problem we have in Africa is that some of us are too proud to accept defeat. Yeah, there was something that happened, which I think I even in the national television, I acknowledge the fact that we were defeated, you know, because...
Where were you defeated?
We stood by the governor of the state. We fought.
Okay, River State.
So when we saw the way the thing, I quietly and humbly, and look, it is not easy, but it takes strength of character.
Quietly and humbly did what?
Quietly and humbly accept that we have been defeated, and what do? We have to go back and say, look at what, because after the Supreme Court judgment, it was in this place. I told you that I did not like the judgment, but the judgment is binding on me, because I'm a citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And because of me as a single person, the constitution, the law cannot shift. So irrespective of how I feel about it. So that's what I had expected Emeka Beke with his group to do. Go back to the national. If it means maybe kneeling down, you know, talk with them and see how you off camera. And you return back home and call your people to order.
All right.
Emeka Beke is a reverse man. Tony Okocha is a reverse man. And the two of them are just equals. So they can speak language and sort things out. Yes, why? Because when you see that this battle, if you take it beyond this level, it might bring a colossal loss to the society, to the system. Because now that through Tony Okocha's own faction or factional leadership, APC had gained the recognition in River State, why not accept that this guy has done well in his own, even though some of us still have some little questions here and there. But he has done well to the extent that he could gain 20 local governments in a government that PDP is fully in charge. So I think it's a credit to him. And if Emeka Beke should meet him and sort things out, then they'll move. But if it is to continue with this court case, well, we'll keep watching. We are the spectators. We'll be watching the drama, and we'll be making our analysis from each point at which they get to. Because we cannot tell them to stop. It is their constitutional right, and they are exercising it.
All right.
So we'll watch them too.